And we're moving on to our next guest, who is the President and CEO of UNICEF USA, Michael J. Nyenhuis, recently returned from a visit from Turkey where he had a first-hand look at the devastating aftermath of February's deadly earthquake. Welcome to New Day. I know you are a very busy man, so we really appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks, Kelly. Really glad to be here.
Yes, and so you used to be a journalist, and so walk me through how you got to where you are now at UNICEF.
Well, it was a reporting trip in Honduras many years ago when I really was confronted with the reality that some of the poorest people in the world, how they live and what the conditions are they face, and just decided I wanted to do something about it. One of the great things about being a journalist is you get to report on and observe things.
Yes.
But I was just to a point where I wanted to actually get my hands dirty and actually do something, and so found my way into humanitarian and development work.
Absolutely amazing. And it's been about 3 months since those devastating earthquakes, and you were on the ground in Turkey. You just got back. So speak on that and how that trip was.
Yeah, and it's a little jarring maybe in the morning to be talking about Pike Place Market on the one hand and then to Turkey earthquake on the other, but it is the reality of the world we live in. There are many things that are going great, and we should feel great about that, but there are a lot of people suffering in the world as well, and I think those of us who have an opportunity to live in places where life is going fairly well for us, we should have a deep concern for those who are not. And in Turkey, you've got 50,000 people that died in the middle of this earthquake. You've got 2.7 million people in Turkey alone that are displaced from their homes because of this. And when we talk about being displaced from homes, it's not just your home, it's your neighborhood, it's your friends, it's your activities, it's for kids, their schools, everything around them that has been literally shaken away. And so it's really important that we stand up and help out.
Absolutely. And how is UNICEF helping?
Well, we're helping in many different ways. We create safe spaces for kids right away to get them back in education, to get them mental health counseling, to make sure they have food, to make sure they have shelter. There are about 1.5 million kids that were out of school for quite a while. We're grateful working with the ministries of education there that many of them are back in school now. But a lot of them are living in tent cities, in other informal shelters in the middle of that, trying to figure out what's next for them. I met a young family there with 3 little kids that escaped before their building fell down. This is a young couple that when they were younger escaped the war in neighboring Syria and found a way to create a new life and found each other and built a family, and now they've lost everything again. And you have conversations with people like that, and you just feel like, let's do what we can to help.
Right, and I feel like then that kind of brings me to my next point. What can people here locally do? What are your greatest needs?
Well, the greatest needs continues to be for financial support for this work. It's expensive to work in these situations, and the American public tends to be the most generous people in the world, and so much of UNICEF's work is supported by people who are willing to give from their excess in order to help. So we'd love for people to go to our website, unicefusa.org/ActNowSeattle, and you can find out how you can help out.
Amazing. And for people that don't know, what else does UNICEF do? What else do you want people to know?
Sure. Well, UNICEF is the largest global humanitarian organization working on behalf of children all around the world. We work in 190 countries and territories, helping kids be healthy, educated, protected, and respected. And so programs from vaccinations and clean water to emergency response like we're doing in Turkey, to basic education work, to protecting refugees and immigrants. So if you want to support children around the world that need our help, UNICEF is the way to do it.
And how can you not be passionate about that? And you can feel your passion. So thank you so much for taking the time and coming on New Day today. We really appreciate it. And of course, we'll have all that information on our website as well.
Thanks for your concern.
Oh, thank you.